Welcome to Fine Spun Tales. In this edition, we embark on our third adventure with the crew of the U.S.S. Vinci. The crew investigates an unknown ship that has crashed into a member world's capital city. Let's begin. Tlimon Cassant enjoys his solitary night shift, sipping hot Jixin and watching the monitor for rare occurrences. Despite being known for their social nature, Tlimon prefers his own company. Suddenly, he notices a large, unidentified ship approaching the city at an alarming speed. He quickly sends a warning message to the alien vessel, urging it to change course to avoid collision. The ship remains on its path, leading Tlimon to fear a possible suicide run or an act of war. With no response, he alerts the government of the impending disaster threatening Verutak. Bartholomew Falwell enjoys a ritual of writing letters to Anthony Mark using a replicator to create perfect writing materials. Although he sends these letters via subspace messages, the act of writing connects him to Anthony. As he writes, a yellow alert sounds, summoning him to a briefing. He reluctantly caps his pen, hoping to return to his letter soon. At the briefing, Captain David Gold informs the crew about a ship that has crashed into Intar's capital city. Despite severe damage to the city, there are no casualties due to a timely evacuation. The ship, made of an unknown material, appears to be emitting signals and potentially carries a new life form or automated system. Bart, along with other crew members, is tasked to investigate. The team includes Commander LaForge, Gomez, Duffy, Falwell, and 110, still struggling with the loss of his bondmate 111. As Falwell observes the Binar's courage, he prepares mentally for the mission. The crew sets out to uncover the mystery behind the ship's deliberate crash, with Falwell feeling the weight of the importance of his linguistic skills in potentially life-threatening first contact situations. Captain Gold assures the anxious Intari Makestrew that his crew will handle the situation with the strange ship crashed in their capital city. As the away team gathers in the transporter room, tensions rise between Sonia Gomez and Domenica Corsi over mission roles, leading Gomez to assert her authority. Despite her discomfort with pulling rank, Gomez emphasizes the need for Corsi on the bridge. The team, including the awkward 110 and a watchful Geordie LaForge, prepares for the mission. With lingering unease and unresolved issues, Gomez orders the transport, hoping for the best. The team materializes in a command center that resembles a torture chamber. They discover a decaying corpse strapped to a chair, indicating a previous crew. As they investigate, LaForge confirms the atmosphere is breathable. Gomez, LaForge, Duffy, and others begin examining the ship, while 110 and Falwell struggle with the computer systems. Gomez finds the pilot impaled, suggesting foul play. Amid their analysis, 110 experiences a severe shock from the console, prompting an emergency beam out to sickbay. The ship powers up, and the team is abruptly beamed back to their vessel. They watch in horror as the alien ship, now mobile, wreaks havoc on a city. Captain Gold orders an attempt to disable the ship, but their initial attacks have little effect. Eventually, Corsi targets a weak spot, causing the ship to collapse. In the aftermath, Duffy presents a recovered alien device, which they hope contains valuable information. As the team begins deciphering the device, Gomez heads to sickbay to check on 110 while Duffy waits to treat his injury. Dr. Elizabeth Lenz is attending to a critical situation in the sickbay. 110 is spasming on a bed, not breathing, with erratic heartbeat and brainwave activity. Lenz quickly moves to stabilize him, attaching monitors and administering medications. As the ship violently rocks, the power goes out momentarily, causing Lenz to recall a traumatic battle experience she had while serving on the Lexington. She struggles to maintain her composure and focus on keeping 110 alive amidst the chaos. Once the ship stabilizes, Lenz continues her efforts to save 110. She activates the emergency medical hologram, Emmett, who quickly assesses the situation. As they work, Sonia Gomez enters and explains that 110 was shocked and thrown across the room while interfacing with the computer on an alien ship. Lenz examines the incident data and learns that the ship might have been triggered by the removal of the pilot's body from the control chair. After ensuring 110's immediate danger has passed, Lenz decides to investigate the pilot's body. She directs Emmett in performing an autopsy using a holographic replica. They discover several unusual features. The pilot has been modified from infancy with indentations in the skull, elongated finger bones, and a rib cage extending almost to the hips. Further examination reveals the pilot's brain has significant modifications, including graded parts and missing sections. Lenz continues the examination by applying a holographic skin layer to the replica, making the body appear more human. They notice discrepancies between the actual body and the replica, particularly at the temples. Lenz discovers spherical nodes embedded in the skull, revealing cybernetic implants that suggest the pilot had been augmented. Further investigation shows the pilot's muscles were artificially stimulated and the brain had been partially replaced with cybernetic parts. Realizing the full extent of the modifications, Lenz concludes that the pilot was integrated into the ship's systems through these implants, effectively making her part out of the ship itself. With a growing sense of horror, Lenz deduces that they have encountered a Borg, a species known for integrating organic and cybernetic components. This revelation shocks her, adding a new layer of complexity to their mission. Beneath closed eyelids, 110 sees and downloads information. In engineering, LaForge offers Falwell coffee, reminiscing about a past incident involving Picard. Their conversation is interrupted by a call to the briefing room. There, they find Dr. Lenz showing them a Borg body, sparking fear and concern. Geordi notes the Borg technology's elegance, unlike anything seen before. The group discusses the implications of a single Borg pilot and the potential threat it represents, with Gold deciding to alert Starfleet Command. As they leave, Bart reflects on an unfinished letter and the new Borg threat. LaForge reassures him, and they work together to translate the tricorder data. Bart identifies the language, enabling the universal translator. The decoded information shocks them, revealing disturbing details about the Borg. Geordi decides that everyone needs to see the entire recording, despite its horrifying content. Lenz reluctantly revives 110 at Captain Gold's insistence. Upon waking, 110 reveals critical information. The alien vessel they are dealing with is sentient, in pain, and very angry. Captain Gold, though skeptical, allows Geordi LaForge to show a recording that provides insight into the ship's nature. The recording reveals a young girl named Jaldark, who was emotionally bonded with the ship she called friend. As the recording progresses, it becomes clear that Jaldark's implants are failing, causing her immense pain and leading to her eventual death. Despite her suffering, she disables the ship's self-destruct mechanism to ensure Friend's survival, urging anyone who finds the recording to take care of the sentient vessel. In the final recordings, Jaldark expresses deep affection for Friend, describing their unique bond and her guilt over the pain her failing implants cause during their connection. As her condition worsens, she decides to deactivate the auto-destruct mechanism, hoping someone will find and take care of Friend. The crew, moved by Jaldark's bravery and the ship's plight, realize that the ship is now aimless and in distress without its pilot. 110, having partially linked with the ship during their initial encounter, volunteers to establish a full connection to calm and communicate with the vessel. Just as 110 explains the necessity of his link, an urgent message informs them that the alien ship has powered up and is heading towards them, indicating its determination to recover Jaldark. The sentient ship Friend, confused and desperate without Jaldark, aims to find and protect its lost companion, unaware that she has already passed away. The crew faces a critical decision to either confront or help the anguished vessel. Gold steps onto the bridge, setting aside his sorrow from a recent tragic recording. The damaged ship, believed to be incapacitated, suddenly appears on the view screen, heading towards them. Gold orders shields up and red alert. Wong reports the ship has somehow repaired itself and is approaching with intact weapon systems. A warning shot from the ship prompts Gold to open a hailing frequency. A metallic voice demands the return of its pilot. Gold realizes the ship doesn't know the pilot is dead and strategizes with his crew. 110 proposes linking with the ship to explain the pilot's fate. Despite concerns, Gold agrees and sends 110 to sickbay for necessary implants. The alien ship permits the link, threatening to kill 110 if dissatisfied. Gold reassures the ship of their peaceful intentions. After a tense wait, 110, now equipped with implants, prepares to interface with the ship's computer. Gold, filled with apprehension, places his hopes on 110 to prevent a catastrophic conflict. 110 materializes in the command center of the ship, feeling a strange sense of homecoming despite the vessel's previous attempt to kill him. The command center's lighting is comfortable and the scene is less sinister than before. Various panels have indentations or spikes for joining with the ship for different operations. 110 reflects on his past attempt to tap into the ship's computers, which had angered Friend. The most critical point for everyday operations is the command chair, where the previous pilot, Jaldark, had lived and died. Friend asks 110 to sit in the command chair for an efficient link. 110, though nervous and unsure what to expect, climbs into the chair and aligns his arm sheaths with the spikes. As the ship's information floods his brain, 110 asks Friend to slow down the data transfer, which the ship obliges. 110 learns about the Omiarans and their war with the Saruman. The Omiarans' greatest asset was the Conjoined, a union between pilots and their Star Searcher ships, which Jaldark had been a part of. 110 shares his memories with Friend, creating a profound connection. Through their link, Friend understands 110's experiences and grief over losing his bondmate, 111. Together, they watch Jaldark's logs, revealing her love for Friend and her decision to deactivate the ship's self-destruct mechanism to ensure its survival after her death. This selfless act of Jaldark deeply moves both Friend and 110, showing the depth of their bond and the pain of their loss. As 110's body begins to reject the implants, Friend offers to make him the new pilot. However, 110 realizes that both he and Friend must learn to continue alone. He convinces Friend that the ship can function independently and suggests seeking help from the Federation to complete their mission. With the pain increasing, 110 prepares to leave, urging Friend to be brave and fulfill Jaldark's wishes. As darkness claims him, 110 feels certain that both 111 and Jaldark would be proud of their decisions. Emmett's kind voice welcomes 110 back, who realizes he was beamed out just in time. Captain Gold, initially furious, scolds 110 for risking his life. 110, smiling softly, reassures himself that his friends wouldn't let him die. Gold's anger diminishes as he inquires about the little Binar and the ship, to which 110 responds by asking about Friend. Gold informs him that Friend is waiting in space, concerned for 110's well-being. Lenz advises 110 to take it easy and avoid computers for a day. Gold mentions the arrival of the Enterprise, but 110 firmly declines to return to Starbase 505, expressing his desire to remain an individual rather than rejoin the Binars. He explains the profound bond he had with 111 and his reluctance to bond again so soon. 110, now dubbed Solomon, shares his recent experiences with the ship and the offer to become its new pilot. Although tempted, he chooses to remain solo to embrace the lessons of solitude. Captain Gold warmly accepts his decision, appreciating Solomon's unique contribution. Solomon, needing a new designation, adopts the name and tries to explain the intimate experience of joining with the ship. Despite his frustration with the limitations of spoken words, Gold understands and trusts Solomon's assurance that Friend trusts them as well. Gold then rises to see what he can do, leaving Solomon feeling reassured and understood. Captain Jean-Luc Picard arrives late to a scene, greeted warmly by Captain Gold. They discuss the sentient ship named Friend, which caused damage after its pilot died. Lieutenant Commander Geordi LaForge explains that Friend panicked and acted destructively while searching for a new home for its peaceful race. Picard assures them of the Federation's assistance, acknowledging recent mission losses. As LaForge prepares to return to the Enterprise, he exchanges heartfelt goodbyes with Commander Gomez and Solomon, who will stay behind with Captain Gold's crew. Solomon, emotionally affected, communicates with Friend, offering to transport the pilot's body home. The Enterprise and Friend depart together, leaving a sense of closure and cooperation among the crew. In the captain's personal log, the crew has faced several challenges, from dealing with a dead ship and a dead pilot to a critical first contact with the Borg. Despite these events, 2 crew members have shown remarkable strength and courage. Captain Picard prefers his large Galaxy-class ship, but he values the small vessel and its dedicated crew, cherishing the unique experiences they encounter. In the mess hall, Gomez, seeking comfort late at night, orders a hot cocoa with whipped cream. She finds Duffy also seeking solace with macaroni and cheese. Their conversation reveals unresolved feelings and past hardships, leading to a heartfelt reconnection. Gomez expresses her desire to simply enjoy their time together, and Duffy agrees, reinforcing their bond. Meanwhile, Bart writes a letter to Anthony, reflecting on recent events and choosing to express his love succinctly, emphasizing the importance of cherishing loved ones. Today's story ends here. This story was based on the novel Hard Crash, written by Christy Golden. It is the third book in the Starfleet Corps of Engineers series. There is an affiliate link in the description if you would like to buy a copy to read. If you want to help us grow the channel, press the like button. For more tales every week, subscribe. To help us out more directly, consider buying our app, Count Currency, published by Fine Spun Software. Count Currency is ideal for small business owners, waitstaff, or anyone who handles cash. Count Currency is made for iPhone and is available on the App Store. This narration was created with voice synthesis from OpenAI. Join us next time as we continue our adventures in the Starfleet Corps of Engineers. Thanks for watching and have a great rest of your day.